I'm almost trying to temper my enthusiasm here because, again, the Giants thought they had this guy signed. The Mets thought they had this guy signed at one point. It's pending physical, and we know with Carlos Correa this offseason that has been a huge tipping point. But, you're telling me that it's 6 year, $200 million guaranteed. I think that sounds like a tremendous deal for the Minnesota Twins. I mean, that is a huge discount. Apparently, the Dior store does have a clearance section. Or someone commented on one of my videos about a month ago, I think it was. I don't remember who it was, but it was a great comment. Apparently, there's a scratch and dent section at Dior. I'm kind of more of a visual person, and reading a lot of the contract terms and language, I got a little confused over especially the final potentially 4 years and what those meant and the numbers. So I put something together. Some things did already change a little bit. Now, after I put this together, I did see in an Aaron Gleeman article, we do have the breakdown of the guaranteed part, which is over here on the left. Guaranteed. This is the only thing that's guaranteed is 6 years, $200 million. I just originally put it evened out through the 6 years. That is not the breakdown that it's going to be. It's going to be slightly front loaded. He'll get $36 million each of the next 3 seasons. So 23, 24, 25, he's getting $36 million, 31.5 in 2026, 30.5 in 2027, and 30 in 28. So, nothing too crazy. It's still pretty evenly distributed, a bit front loaded. But that's the guaranteed part. And that was sort of the easy part to comprehend. Pretty nuts that I think this is $150 million less than what the Giants were about to guarantee him. Pretty insane. And then again, there's some vesting options that I was kind of having a hard time wrapping my head around. So I had to throw them in a spreadsheet and kind of break them down to make sense of them for me. And I do want to mention, I have this down here. All this information is based on reporting by Jeff Passan, Ken Rosenthal, Dan Hayes, and John Heyman. And I also have by year his age. So even just the guaranteed part, he's only going to be 33. That is completely reasonable. And then we have these vesting options, which, we hear option or opt out with Correa. You think, oh boy, here we go again. No, again, in the other details, I have that there is no opt outs. Carlos Correa cannot opt out of this contract at any point. He does have a full no trade clause, but I think that is fairly common when it comes to deals like this. So these are not options in which Carlos Correa can opt out of. These are vesting options. So we'll take it year by year. Basically, if he has 575 plate appearances in 2028, this contract year will be vesting. He will get this contract year. However, this was a detail from Dan Hayes, which I think is super key about these years and this contract in total. If he doesn't reach these thresholds for plate appearances, it's not as if he just becomes a free agent. No, at that point, the ball is in the Twins' court, and these are basically team options. So if they say, oh, okay, you didn't hit the vesting option, but we're still going to pick this up. We'll pay $25 million for as a 34-year-old in 2029 money, baseball salaries are going to continue to escalate. That's obviously a lot of money. We're talking about a lot of money on all this stuff. That's obviously a good amount of money, but it's not very difficult for me to envision a 34-year-old Carlos Correa being worth $25 million, either way. But again, if he doesn't reach these plate appearance thresholds each year, the Twins can get out of the contract. So there is a ton of flexibility here. Seriously, this is the kind of signing that can signal to the rest of baseball, that can signal to agents, that can signal to players, that can signal to free agents. Listen, this is a good place to be. You want to come here. This is a team that's ready to invest more. This is a team that's ready to spend money. Look at the Correa contract. This is a team that's trying to win. Look at the Correa contract. This is a team that takes care of guys. Look at what happened to Correa when he left and he tried to sign with the Giants and he tried to sign with the Mets. How'd that go for him?